Today you're going to be taking notes on the future perfect tense. And before I start with the future perfect, I want to review the three perfect tenses that you've already learned, just briefly. So if you remember, the perfect tenses use the helping verb haber, followed by the past participle, which for AR verbs you take out the AR and put ado, and for the ER and IR verbs you take out the ER or IR and put ido. In the past participle, we also have some irregulars that get an accent, like leído or creído, and we have some that are totally irregular, like dicho, hecho, puesto, visto, and so forth. So the present perfect is the first one we talked about. We conjugate haber in the present tense, has, ha, hemos, habéis, han, followed by the past participle. We use the present perfect to talk about events that happened in the past but are relevant in the present. And when we use present perfect, we're only talking about one action at a time. The next one you learned was present perfect subjunctive. Present perfect subjunctive uses the helping verb haber in the present subjunctive. So it looks like haya, hayas, haya, hayamos, hayáis, hayan, followed by the past participle. We use the present perfect subjunctive when we have some kind of expression that introduces the subjunctive, that it's either something that may or may not happen, or we're expressing some kind of emotion about it. And so we have a clause where something requires subjunctive, there's the connector, which is que, and then this action that comes after the que has already happened. It's a past action. The last one you learned was the pluperfect, where we use haber in the imperfect tense as a helping verb. So había, habías, había, habíamos, habíais, habían, followed by the past participle again. And with the pluperfect, we actually have two past actions. And what we're saying is that one had already happened before another past action. So two of them that already happened, one happened before the other. So in this example, I have, this is right now, jump back an hour, it was 9 a.m., I left my house, jump back an hour before that, it was 8 a.m., and I had breakfast. And my sentence would be, cuando salí a las 9, ya había desayunado. So the action that is furthest in the past is the one that's expressed in the pluperfect. Okay, so future perfect is going to seem pretty straightforward and easy to you, I hope. We use haber in the future tense as our helping verb. So that will be habré, habrás, habrá, habremos, habréis, habrán, followed by the past participle. Same irregulars, same accent ones as you were using last chapter. Using the future perfect works very similar to the pluperfect, but instead of looking to the past, you're looking to the future, okay? So this is right now. Fast forward to graduation. Say I'm a senior, I'm going to graduate in June of 2014, and then by the time it's 2015, I will have already graduated. Okay, so we're talking about a future action that will have happened before a future date or a specific time in the future, like a date. The expressions that you're going to see with these are dentro de and a time frame, so like dentro de 2 años, dentro de 3 horas, or you may have para and an actual date. Para 2015, para el 2 de febrero, something like that. Okay, so in the examples I wrote, I have one with each, okay? Para 2015, ya me habré graduado. Okay, so here's 2015, here's me graduating. By 2015, I will have already graduated. So you see that the future perfect is referring to the action that's actually closest to me in time, not the furthest in the future. Okay, another example would be, dentro de 2 años, ustedes se habrán ido de Irvine. 2 years from now, you guys will have left Irvine. Okay, so that is the future perfect. One more thing to learn about with the future perfect tense is we also have a future of probability where we use the future perfect tense. So let me just review when we use the future tense for the future of probability. When we wonder or guess about right now, about the present, we use the future tense. So for example, Paco isn't here, and I'm like, ooh, ¿dónde estará Paco hoy? I used future tense, but it's a future probability because what I'm really saying is, I wonder where Paco is. The future perfect tense can also be used in the same way for the future of probability to wonder or guess about the past. So let's say that Paco wasn't in class yesterday, and I'm wondering right now, I wonder where he was yesterday. I would actually use the future perfect to wonder. I would say, ¿Dónde habrá estado Paco ayer? Okay, so the future perfect will work the same way as the future did in future of probability, with the exception that you are wondering or guessing about the past instead of the present.